Hi students, welcome to UN College virtual class. Now you are watching UN College digital class. I am Ms. Biswakalpita Mahanti, head of the Department of Mastery in Social Work. In previous class, we had discussed about concept of gender, different socio-cultural perspectives of gender like gender role, gender relation, gender socialization, gender stratification, gender equity and equality, gender discrimination. But now in this class we will discuss about other socio-cultural perspectives of gender like patriarchy, masculinity and femininity, sexual division of labor and public-private dichotomy. So, let us see. First we will discuss about patriarchy. Patriarchy is also a socio-cultural concept. Patriarchy is an often used term in everyday conversation. A system of society or government in which the father or eldest male is head of the family and descent is known through the male line. A system of society in which men hold the power and women are largely excluded from it. Patriarchy means rule by the male head of a social unity. In patriarchal system, male persons have power and authority. They always dominate the women persons of a family, because in a family there is no importance of women persons and no importance and no values of view of a woman person. So, in a family always the male persons are head of the family and they always create rules and regulations of a family. Patriarchal system is a social and ideological construct that considers men, the patriarchs or the fathers, as superior to the women. Patriarchy creates a hierarchical social structure and the basis of gender where the man is positioned higher than the woman. It creates unequal power relations where the man becomes the repository of power and controls women's production, reproduction and sexuality. Features of patriarchy. Patriarchy generates public-private dichotomy. Patriarchy promotes patronage and patriarchality, and patriarchy entails male's control over women's sexuality. Patriarchy controls women's fertility and patriarchy controls women's labor. These are main features of patriarchal system. In patriarchal system, there is male have a control upon women in sexuality, on their labor and on their each and every activity. Women are always dependent on male family members. If a woman is unmarried, then she is depending upon his father, his brother or his grandfather. But when a woman is got married, then she will depend upon his husband mainly, and she has no importance and no value in her family. She will always dominate and she will always work under his husband and always follow the orders of other family members, mainly the male persons of family members, those who have major importance and major role in family. Then patriarchal control. Different areas of women's lives are said to be under patriarchal control, such as women's productive or labor power, women's reproduction, control over women's sexuality, women's mobility, last one is property and other economic resources. First we will discuss about women's productive or labor power. Men control women's productivity both within the household and outside. In paid work within the household, women provide all kinds of services to their husbands. You all know that women are always providing services to her husband, children and other family members throughout their lives. Feminist writer Sylvia Walby calls this is the patriarchal mode of production where women's labor is expropriated by the husbands and others who live there. She calls housewives as the producing class and husbands are the expropriating class. It means housewives are always producer. The work done by housewives is not considered as work at all. You all know that, and you all face that and see that in your family and in society. Work of a woman have no importance and become dependent on their husbands. Men also control women's labor outside the home and inside the home also. They make women to sell their labor, or they may prevent their women from working. They may appropriate what women earn. Often women are excluded from better paid work. They are usually working in jobs with low wages or work with the home in what is called home based production. Women are always working on home based production, means they are working inside the home. They can't go outside and they can't do the work from outside, which is itself an exploitative system. This control over the exploitation of women's labor mean that men benefit materially from patriarchy. They benefit economically from the subordination of women. This is the material or economic basis of patriarchy. Then women's reproduction. Women's reproduction means men also control women's reproductive power. In many societies, women have no control over the reproduction capacities. They cannot decide how many children they want. They cannot decide how many children they want. They cannot decide the time gap of one children to another children. They cannot decide and whether to use contraceptive or a decision to terminate pregnancy. In modern times, the patriarchal state tries to control women's reproduction through its family planning program. And patriarchy idealizes motherhood and thereby forces women to be mothers. It also determines the conditions of their motherhood. Then control over women's sexuality. Women are obliged to provide sexual services to their husbands according to their needs and desires. Moral and legal regulations exist to restrict the expression of women's sexuality outside marriage in every society. And another way of exercising control over women's sexuality is when men force their wives, daughters or other women in their control into prostitution. Rape and threat of rape is another way in which women's sexuality is controlled through notions of shame and family honor. Lastly, women's sexuality is controlled through their dress, behavior and mobility, which are carefully monitored by the family and through social, cultural and religious codes of behavior. Then women's mobility. Besides control of women's sexuality, production and reproduction, men also control women's mobility. The imposition of further restriction while leaving the house, limit and interaction between the sexes are some of the ways by which the patriarchal society controls women's mobility and freedom of movement. Such restrictions are unique to women. Men are not subject to such restrictions. Then last one, property and other economic resources. Property and other productive resources are controlled by men and are passed on from father to son. Even in societies where women have legal rights to inherit property, customary practices, social sanctions and emotional pressures that prevents them from acquiring control over them. Okay. These are patriarchal control. Then characteristics of patriarchy. In a patriarchal system, men make all decisions both in the family as well as in the society. Men hold all positions of power and authority. Men are considered superior. The center of activity and progression to move the society forward will be on men in a patriarchal system. Men will be the focus and developer of all events and inventions. Men will be the heroes in all situations. Men will have the control at all times on finances and education. Oppression of women will be visible. Women will not be allowed to raise up to leadership levels or make decisions. Women are also not allowed to demonstrate independence. These are characteristics of patriarchal system. In characteristics of patriarchal system, men are superior than women. because in our society, because our society depends upon patriarchal system, and in our society there is importance on male person, and always women are inferior than male. Women can't go outside, women can't do higher education, and also in a family there is male are center point, and in different events and inventions programs there is men are center point and women are not the center points, and no importance on women in a event and in a invention program. And always oppression of women are visible, because you all see that, and when we see the daily newspaper, we will see the different crime against women, like rape, kidnapping, dowry torture or dowry death, different types of crimes. So in our society, oppression of women will be visible clearly. Women can take leadership, and women can take decision or make decision in a family on any type of issue. When for example, if you will say that if in a family there is a boy child and there is a girl child, then at a time they will study, or they have to higher study. Parents always focus on higher study of a son rather than a daughter, because it is mindset of all parents, son will take care of them, and son will earn money and provide them facilities and provide them service in old age. Daughter will go to her in-law, and she will maintain his family life in her in-laws. She can't take care of parents, and she can't earn money and provide services in old age of parents. This is mindset of people in our society. For that, in our society, patriarchal system continues and creates gender discrimination also. For patriarchal system in our society, there is difference between male and female, and female foeticide are also increasing in high rate in our society because of patriarchal system also. These are some thematics on patriarchal system. If you will see that women are dominating, means women are always under male persons, and tortured by family members and society also. If you will see in a family, women have no right or food also, because in our family male persons are always take food first, and after male persons women can take food. These are the some thematics, and if you will see clearly these thematics, then you can get some knowledge on patriarchal system. Smash the patriarchy. Smash the patriarchy means in our society patriarchal system had to eradicate, and we are the people who will eradicate this problem. Because of patriarchal system in our society, many problems are arises, like already told that gender discrimination, gender discrimination, and female foeticide also. Because of patriarchy, different crimes also faced by female person of a family. In a family, because of patriarchal system, women are always physically, mentally and sexually harassed also. If patriarchy problem will be vanished, then women can get freedom, women can be independent also. Patriarchal system is a socio-cultural concept, but we have to raise voice on patriarchy system. We have to raise voice, and we have to oppose the patriarchal system for development of women society and for empowerment of women in a family, and to encourage women for independent and raise voice for development of women society. Then masculinity and femininity. It's also a socio-cultural concept, and it's also a socio-cultural perspectives of gender. The sex or gender differences raises the issues of male, female, masculine and feminine, male associated with masculinity and female associated with femininity. With each constructions, the biological differences get highlighted through social descriptions. Patterns of differences by gender is seen when the character is either masculine or feminine. For example, pink and blue are gendered colors, former regarded as feminine and the latter as masculine. Further, to be strong and toe is masculine. Being weak and soft are associated with feminine character. There are several other traits that are categorized as masculine and feminine, and such as masculinity and femininity are concepts which signify the social outcomes of being male or female. The traits and characteristics which describe men and women give men advantage over women. There is various social processes enforce the masculinity and femininity, and femininity and masculinity are fortified through some criteria like family, media, social stratification, religion, education and work culture. Femininity and masculinity are one's gender identity refers to the degree to which persons see themselves as masculine or feminine given what it means to be a man or a woman in society. Femininity and masculinity are rooted in the social rather than the biological. Societal members decide that being male or female means, for example, dominant or positive, brave or emotional, and males will generally respond by defining themselves as masculine, while females will generally define themselves as feminine, because these are social definitions. However, it is possible for one to be female and see herself as masculine or male and see himself as feminine is impossible. It means from the activities, from the behaviors and from the attitude and from some characteristics we can know that feminine and masculinity. If a female is not soft, if a female is hard in characteristic, if a female is strong, then we can't tell her he is masculine. We have to identify that if a female, if there is a female, then she is feminine, and if there is a male person, then he is masculine. But if a male person is soft hearted, if a male person is gentle, then we can't tell him he is a feminine. There is some characteristics for femininity and there is some characteristics for masculinity. Then we will see feminine and masculine qualities, which are the qualities of feminine and which are the qualities of masculine. First we will see and we will learn that what are the qualities of feminine. Women are always gentle, sensitive, sympathetic, tender, understanding, warm and yielding, soft, nurturing and graceful, communicative, emotional, homemaker. Women are always close and motherly, quiet, passive and respective, family and inwardly oriented, responsive, she is cooperative and she is conservative, rational and power. Women are always soft hearted, nurturing and take care of family members, take care of husband, take care of children, and they have to take care of other family members. Women are always emotional, they have emotional attachment with her family members. She is a homemaker, means she has to make food for family members, she has to take care of family members, she has to see the health status of family members. So she is a homemaker. Women are always close and women are also always motherly characteristics. In a family, women are always cooperative and conservative. Because of our patriarchal system, our society depends upon male persons and give importance of view of male persons. So women are always conservative and women are always warm and kind hearted also. Women always stay with family, and women are always inwardly oriented. They are responsive, they are take responsibility of family, and you all know that in our family who is a best manager. In our family we will see that our mother is always a best manager, because she always manages our family. Then qualities of masculine: strong, muscular, a provider, can be quiet, logical or analytical, rational, home builder, outspoken, authority, active, aggressive, assertive, bold and courageous, ambitious also, initiating and leading, competitive, decisive, dominant and forceful, always independent. Male persons are always self-reliant, willing to take risk. Men persons are strong rather than women. In our society, if you will see that men persons are always strong and muscular. Male persons will go outside and they earn money for manage his family. So he is a provider. Men persons are always outspoken, because in a family or in our society, male person have power to share their view and have power to take decision in our family and in society also. In our society, if you will see that in our family there is a male person have power and authority for ownership of house and ownership of land and property. Male person are always aggressive, male person are always assertive, they can take decision immediately, and they can share their view, and they can share his decision on women. Always dominate the women members of a family. Male can take leadership of a family rather than women, because in a family all the persons give importance to male persons. If you will see that in our family, always our father or grandfather or elder brother take decisions on our future, and male persons are always independent, because in our patriarchal society or in our male dominated society, all the members of our society focus on male persons and give importance to male persons. A boy can go outside and a boy can earn money, a boy can go outside for higher study, and a boy can go outside for job also, but a woman or a girl can't go outside for her higher study, for her job. Women are always stay inside the home, or if she will earn money, or if she will working, if she will work in a office, then she has to work on home based work, and if she will go outside, then it will always nearer to home. Male are always willing to take risk rather than female. Female are emotional, so they can take risk, but male are not emotional, they are always they are not soft hearted, so they can take risk in every activities and every decision. They can take risk and they can handle that. Sexual division of labor. The concept of sexual division of labor explains the division of labor in society based on sex differences. The work done by women has always been treated as less important than men, which in turn was dependent on the cultural, social, economic and historical context of the society. The concept explains why men do some kind of work and why women do other kind of work. The sexual division of labor is a basic structural element in human social organization. Traditionally, sexual division of labor is seen as a natural arrangement that forms the basis of all economic specialization and social structuralization. leading to the formation of kinship groups and the family. According to Talcott Parsons, sexual division of labor is a term referring to the specialized gender roles of male breadwinner and the female housewife. There is three aspects contribute significantly to sexual division of labor. One is biology, second is ideology, and third is culture. We will discuss about biology, ideology, and culture. First, we will go through biology. Under biology, chromosomal and hormonal differences make males and females physically different. This creates differences in their physical abilities. Accordingly, males are taller, heavier and more muscular, while females are like shorter, lighter and less muscular. Males are allotted works like tilling the land, hunting the animals, cutting the trees, and whereas females are assigned the work of food production. Women are making food in house and like cooking, collecting the fruits, carrying water, carrying the infants, and reproduction is taken as women's specialization of work. Specialization of women work is reproduction, because women can reproduction, male can do reproduction. If we will go through ideology, then women have lesser cognitive ability than men. So, men are assigned public works and they are involved in manipulation of power, prestige and property. Decision making is taken as the sole prerogative of the male, but the women are assigned domestic works, public sphere is denied to women. Let us see, if we discuss culturally, the gender role socialization is responsible for the exclusion of women from powerful positions, debarring them from enjoying the privileges of the society. Different cultures have different values placed on gender. Patriarchy dominates almost universally all cultures, whereby power is retained by men and women are subordinated. Then last one is public-private dichotomy. Public realm is characterized by activities individuals undertake in wider society, such as engaging in productive or paid work and exercising political democratic rights under the overall jurisdiction of the government and state. The private realm is characterized by activities undertaken with particular others relatively free from the jurisdiction of the state. It is the realm of the household, of home and of professional or family relationship. If you will see, the public-private dichotomy arises from its gendered nature, from the association of masculinity and the public and of femininity and the private. Historically, men acted within the public realm and have moved freely between the public and the private realm. On the other hand, we will see that women have been mostly restricted to the private realm and subjected to the authority of men within it, because in our society women have to stay within different rule and regulations and restrictions of society. Okay, it's all about patriarchal system, masculinity and femininity, sexual division of labor and public private dichotomy. If you are watching previous video, then you can understand this class easily. If you are not watching, then please go through it and watch the previous video. After that you can understand this class. So keep watching UN College digital class. Today in this class we had discussed about different socio-cultural perspectives of gender. So through that we can know different characteristics, different features of gender and different characteristics, features of patriarchal society, because in our society women are always discriminated for their gender, women are always discriminated for their sex, because of gender or sex they are women. So from this video, from this class we can learn about gender and different situations of gender, and through this we can fight for our rights. Okay, thank you.